Lots to get to, lots to talk about. So, a country run by bullies, gangsters, thugs, and thieves. That's who our leaders are. Welcome to America. No more shining city on the hill. No more fighter for the underdog. No more champion of freedom and democracy. The last beacon of hope, just well, evidently not us. And the weird thing is, I grew up believing our nation stood on the high ground of truth, justice, democracy. It was the American way. We fought tirelessly for values of democracy and truth and justice and fairness and all of that here and abroad. And look, I've always taken great pride, as I think we all have, that we were revered around the world as those champions of fairness, justice, decency. We embodied the spirit of resilience and unity, especially when you're talking about international affairs. It used to be politics stopped at the water's edge. On global international affairs, we didn't do this. And the thing is, we talk about and we take our hats off at baseball games, to remember the sacrifices of those who came before us and how that sacrifice ensured that every voice was heard and every dream pursued and every life mattered. Well, we now have got Donald Trump as the president. And, we hear all the talk about upholding the ideals that make America exceptional. We hear the talk about, a brighter future, America first, country first. We thump our chests. We chant USA, USA, let freedom ring. And here we are, a nation run by bullies, thugs, con Christians, and oligarchs. That's who we are, evidently. It's what we voted for. And look, I'm not even talking about the fact that Trump is in the process of fast tracking the deportations of more than 1 million migrants who were admitted into this country through legal means during the Biden years. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the debacle that happened on Friday, which, I guess we view in the red hat, blue hat lens, or at least the red hats viewed as Zelensky he was out of control. He was not gracious and not grateful enough. And yet, what we saw is the kind of wife beating bully mentality that sadly Republicans are now known for and have been known for. The old Froster freeze, if you're going to get raped, just lay back and enjoy it. That's who the Republican Party is. It's no longer the party who stands up for truth, justice, and the American way. No. Because evidently the new American way is, hey, how can we shake somebody down? And I'll be honest, as I watched the debacle on Friday, my mind went back to those history classes that I had as a kid, learning about what we did, what made us exceptional. After World War II, we could have taken over the globe. We could have created empire, but instead we gave it all back and rebuilt it with the Marshall Plan. I couldn't help but think, if we're looking at Donald Trump as the president during that era, what does that look like? I guess there'd be more Trump hotels, because this was a shakedown. This was a typical sleazy real estate deal that he concocted to go, we're going to get minerals out of this, with no real guarantees that anything's going to pay off. And he actually sat next to somebody who is willing to die for his country. And you're going to mock the man for not wearing a suit? Disgraceful on every level. What we saw out of Donald Trump and JD Vance, absolutely disgraceful. But the faithful on that side, well, he disrespected the White House. JD said so. And Donald said, you don't have cards. We got cards. again, what you do is you this is an example of a bully kicking a victim. Russia invaded Ukraine. Is Ukraine corrupt? A lot of countries are corrupt. But this is not that. This is Russia, one of our greatest adversaries for a very long time, invading a sovereign nation, a neighbor. And we're now on the Russian side saying that Zelensky's not ready for peace. What does that mean? What does it mean? What is a ceasefire that Trump is offering? Nothing. And the frustrating part in all this is another thing to divide us, we the people. Whereas this should be something that unites the country. Because, I guess it's just because I grew up during the Cold War era that I don't look to Russia as the savior. I don't look to them as the good guy. I don't look to them as having our values. I look to Vladimir Putin as a KGB officer who wants to get the old band back together. And Ukraine is that first step. And how we respond and what we allow will dictate the future. And you've got Mike Johnson praying that Zelensky will come to his senses and show the proper amount of gratitude. Or someone else is going to have to run that country. It's disgraceful what they've done. But again, when you're looking at dear leader, there's nothing too low.